guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are doing an updated Q&A, a little chit chat sit down video. So I got some requests to do this video, so I was like, you know what, it's time for me to sit down and answer some of your questions. So I went on Instagram and TikTok as well, and I asked you guys to ask me literally anything and I'll be answering all those questions. So shout out to you guys if you actually asked me questions. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the cheese, my girl. Let's get into all these questions. Okay, so the first question is, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to start social media? The first one would be to literally not care what anybody thinks and don't post things for other people. Like, literally be yourself. It sounds like so corny in a way, but it's so true. Like, post what you want to post. Don't post what everybody else is posting. Like, literally be yourself and post what makes you happy. Like, don't post things for the wrong reason, and literally don't care what anybody thinks. Like, if you are happy with your content and you believe in your content, then literally if everybody else hates it, it doesn't matter, because you will find your target audience, you will find your supporters, and you will find the people that will literally watch any video no matter what it's about. So yeah, literally if you start focusing too much on like what other people think, or like, oh my god, people don't like my content, like who cares if other people don't like your content? As long as you like your content, that's all that matters. So that would be the first thing. The second thing I would say is to be consistent. This is honestly something that I struggle with the most, is being consistent. And like, there's so many social media platforms right now that I feel like it's so hard to be consistent on everything. Like, for example, when I first started, it was so easy for me to be consistent and post every single day because I was only doing TikTok. I was focused on only TikTok, and I feel like that's why my platform grew kind of quicker than I ever expected it to, because I was focusing my sole energy on TikTok. And now that I wanted to expand, you know, my audience, and I want to do Instagram, and I also want to really focus on YouTube as well, I feel like I kind of neglect TikTok sometimes. And I feel like you guys notice, because you're like, oh my god, like why haven't you posted? Like, I'm missing your videos. But I'm like, oh my god, ever since I started investing more of my time on YouTube, then I kind of neglect TikTok sometimes. And I feel like it's so hard for me to balance every single social media platform, and like just like my at-home life, I also neglect sometimes because I'm just always making videos no matter what it's for. But yeah, I will say YouTube is so much more time consuming than TikTok. That's why for me it's so rewarding whenever I get comments and just new subscribers on YouTube, because it's something that I just started. It's something that is so new to me and I'm still learning every single day, but I really want to push myself to be consistent on YouTube. That's why for my girls, my audience that shows up here for me on YouTube, I'm so thankful for, because girl, it's hard. Sometimes it be taking me like 2 days to film and edit for YouTube. So that's why honestly, if sometimes I don't post on TikTok, like I'd rather not post on TikTok if it's gonna be like, you know, like not the best video, not the best quality, not my best energy. I'd rather literally not post at all than to post something half-assed, something that I'm not confident with, or something that I'm not happy with, you know what I mean? Because genuinely I enjoy filming so much. So if it's something that I'm not happy with, I literally would rather just not post than post something like that I'm not happy with. So that's something that, like I said, I'm struggling with myself, because this is so new to me, like just juggling how to do everything and learn everything by myself. But yeah, that's the one thing that I will say, is being consistent is so important, because the second that you start putting your soul energy and like focus on what you're doing, you will see the results. Like when I start seeing like good outcomes from certain social media platforms, it's when I really am putting the time into it. I'm not focusing on other things, and I'm just showing up every single day. And if you want to be successful on social media, you literally have to show up for yourself, put in the effort, put in the energy, and actually make content that you're happy with. So yeah, literally if you're starting your social media journey, girl, I am with you, because I am literally so new to this that I'm always learning every single day. So yeah, if you want to do social media, do it. I feel like you can't fail. Like the one thing that I will say is like, I don't like living with regrets. Like if there's something that I want to do, I'm going to do it. And if it doesn't work out, at least I tried. But if it's something that you really want to do and you really do put your all into it, you're going to be successful no matter what it is that you're doing. This doesn't just go for like social media. It's for literally anything in life, you know? Oh, me being all motivational? Ah! Okay, next question. What is one of your goals in life? Oh my god, you guys. I have a lot of goals in life, to be honest. I just turned 25, so now I feel like I low-key had like this pivot point in my life now that I just turned 25, because I'm like, okay, I'm getting older, no fucking around here, like it's serious, like what am I gonna do with my life, like what makes me happy, like where is this going? Long story short, my parents always encouraged me to go to school, so I did, girl. I got my degree. I have a degree. I have a bachelor's in political science. I went to school. I did the college thing. So literally I did what I was supposed to do. I did what my family expected me to do. I got my degree, and I had this whole idea that I was either going to get involved in politics or like go to law school, which I ended up doing neither. And it's crazy to me because I'm like, this whole time when I was like younger, I always knew what I was gonna do. At first I was like, yeah, I'm going to college. And then I got to college and I'm like, okay, I'm doing the whole college thing. Like I'm just gonna keep going to school and then like, you know, get a job. And then when I graduated, it was COVID. I ended up getting married to Juan. And then like, since he was stationed here, Juan was a Marine for those of you that don't know, but long story short, Juan got stationed here in San Diego and we got married. And I was like, okay, so I pretty much just have to move to San Diego because my whole ass husband, my man, is in another state. So what am I gonna do in Illinois? You know, like I literally had to come live here. Once I moved, I was like, all right, like I'm gonna get a job in like my degree, what I went to school for. And that did not happen. I ended up getting just like a random job, something that has nothing to do with my degree. After being at that job for a certain amount of time, I just felt lost because it was supposed to be something that was temporary for me. But then I was like, oh my God, like to be honest, like once COVID kind of phased out, I was like, I don't even know if I want to be in like my field anymore. I don't even know if I want to do like the whole political science thing. Like I don't even know if I'm that passionate about it anymore. So then I just felt lost. For the longest period of time, I felt lost. I didn't know what was next for me. And then like, I don't even know how this happened, but I started making videos on TikTok. I started getting like encouraged to make content and post this and post that. And next thing I know, I'm starting to get brand deals, and I started to like actually consider this like a potential job for me. So I will say it was not something that I ever planned to do. I mean, I always thought it was like such a cool career option, but I never thought that that's what I was gonna end up doing because like I said, I was going to school. I had this whole like plan in my head of things that I wanted to do. But I will say that ever since this started like becoming a job for me, oh my God, girl, I have never looked back. I have never been happier. So I feel like now for me, one of my top goals is to just continue growing my social media, continue doing what I'm doing. And I have other goals in mind. Like, of course, I want to start a business. I want to, you know, be my own boss and just like do what makes me happy. So yeah, literally that's one of my top goals. And another really big goal of mine is to move my family out here. So girl, I have a big family, but when I say family, I'm truly just speaking about my parents. Like I'm gonna put that out into the universe, manifest it that I want to move my parents out here. It doesn't mean like I'm gonna move them in tomorrow, you know, like of course they have their own lives, things that they have going on, but like truly that would be like my biggest accomplishment is if I was able to, one, retire my parents, and two, move them out here with me. Like girl, that is a big ass flex for a girl like me, you know what I mean? My mom and my grandma, they're both very goal driven, and they have just always put that in me, is that no goal is too big for me. Like if there's something I want, like I work hard for it and I put my mind to it, I can get it. So I will say that for me right now, those are the two things that I have in my mind, is like besides personal success, I feel like my other top goal would be just to like give back to my family, like giving back to my parents, taking care of my parents. Like that would be like my biggest dream come true. Okay, moving on to the next question. Do you want kids yet? Love you so much. Girl, love you too. Do I want kids yet? No. I got married really young. Like I think when I got married I was 21. So just because we got married really quick, I feel like people always assume like, oh my God, she's either pregnant or she's gonna get pregnant right away because she got married, you know? And that's so funny because the second that I actually moved in with Juan and like I moved out of state, my family, like I'm talking about like outside relatives, they would like harass my parents and just constantly ask them like, oh my God, like is she pregnant yet? Like is she gonna have a baby? Like when are they gonna have kids? And my parents were like, whoa, like, you know, like no, she's not pregnant, no, she's not having kids. And like my mom, she had me really young, so my whole entire life my mom always gave me like good advice when it came to like taking care of myself as a woman and like really prioritizing my life over having kids, like, because my mom really wanted me to have like a career and for me to be successful. So she always has told me, to this day, she tells me like, Ailyn, you know, you can have kids whenever you want, but like truly focus on yourself, focus on your goals, do what you want to do, and like you can always have kids later on. Especially because I have younger siblings. Like my siblings are so much drastically younger than me because my mom waited such a long time to like have my siblings after having me because she had me so young. So just seeing that, and like also me having to be like the older sister that's like so much drastically older than her younger siblings, and like having to be there for them, taking care of them, all that stuff, just really put in perspective how much responsibility having kids is. So now that I'm like older, and because I'm 25, so people expect me to have kids like any day now, and I'm like, like no, those are not the vibes for me. Like I feel like I had to take care of kids like pretty much my whole life because I have younger siblings, younger cousins, younger like kids in the family, and I just was always like taking care of kids. So that's why now that I live like so far away from the kids in my family, I'm like, oh my god, like my life is so different than it was like when I was younger and had like kids around me, because now I have literally no kids around me. So it's like a whole different experience and lifestyle that I live now than I used to. But I think that has a really big reason of like why I don't want kids yet. It's because I'm like, girl, if I can wait till the last second possible, then I will. Okay, next question. What is something you miss? I don't even have to think twice about that because the answer is my family. My mom just came to visit not that long ago with my dad and my siblings, and it was like the best thing in the entire world, is like having them here with me. But that made me realize how I had not seen them literally since December, and that's why it hit me really hard when my parents were here and they left. Girl, I was a mess. And I don't want to cry right now. Hold please. And next question, what's your favorite beer? If there's one thing about me that you guys didn't know, is that I love beer. Like I'm the biggest cervecera ever. It's insane because you would not think, right? Like people think I'm like this little cocktail girly, and I'm like, girl, dame una cerveza con limón y sal. Like that's what makes me happy. Whenever we go out to eat, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get either a michelada or just a plain beer. It's so funny because Juan is more of a cocktail guy. Like he likes sweet drinks and all that stuff, and I'm like, I like them as well, but it's really rare for me to actually order them. Like I always crave just like a nice cold beer, Corona, like Modelo Negra. Like I just like Mexican beers, if you will, and like I really like Dos Equis, like all of that. That's my vibe. I like Mexican beers. I love micheladas. Micheladas will do it for me every single time. That's like my one thing. And so being in a fitness journey now that I am, I'm like, oh my god, like that was my weakness, like just drinking a beer like a man, like a grown-ass man. Like drinking a beer after work just hits. Like it's so funny because I'm like, that's my vibe. I don't know why. Okay, next question is, what is your go-to dinner to cook during the week? I am gonna be so real with you guys. I cannot eat the same thing more than once, so I will eat something specific for breakfast. I'll switch it up. I cannot have the same breakfast every single day. Like that's not me, that's not my vibe. And it's really annoying because Juan can eat the same thing his whole entire life. He'll never get sick of it. Like he's like a really boring eater, if you will, and I'm not. I'm very like high maintenance. I need sauce, I need sazon, I need like toppings, and Juan's like, literally give me a piece of meat and rice and I'm happy. And I'm like, that's not me, because if my food is boring, I will not eat it. I won't want to eat it. I don't care if it's healthy. I don't care if it tastes good even, because if it's boring, I just can't do it. And that's one of the things that I hate about myself, because I'm like, I wish I could just eat whatever, but I can't. Like if I'm sick of it, I'm sick of it, and I will not eat it. So just to answer your question, there is no one thing that I cook every single week. Like I really do try to switch it up. For example, like I have been there, done that with the whole chicken thing. Now I am so tired of eating chicken, so I will not buy chicken breast at all because I'm just sick of it. So I will say my top 3 go-to like proteins, if you will, would be shrimp. Love shrimp. Like I love shrimp so much. So finding out this shrimp is high in protein, I'm like, yes, like I love shrimp. Lean ground beef, because you can make so many different things. Like you can make picadillo, you can make ground beef con papa, like potato, you can make it with salsa, like, you know, with sauce, and it's healthy. And I also just discovered tilapia. Like my whole entire life I've never liked fish, but I just tried tilapia and it's bomb. So I will say, catch me eating tilapia from now on. Like it's so good, and I love that you can cook it so many different ways too. So as of right now, I will say that is my favorite. Next question, what are your fitness goals? Girl, I can talk about this forever, but when I first started working out, I'm gonna be so real. I started working out and changing my lifestyle because I was just being so unhealthy. When I started making content, girl, social media made me fat. I'm gonna be real. Like when I started doing social media, I was working a full-time job and then doing social media. So I felt like I was nonstop, and I would honestly eat so bad because I was just always on the go, like going to work, coming home, and knowing that I had to do content, and like just having such a fast-paced lifestyle made me gain so much weight because in the mornings I'd be like, oh my God, I don't have no time for breakfast, but I would go to Starbucks, get super high calorie, sugary drinks, and just like not eating the whole day. And then after work I'd be like starving, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I don't have time to cook because I'm gonna get home and I have to film. So what would I do? Go get fast food. Like that whole fast-paced lifestyle killed me because I feel like I've always been like a pretty like lean girl, if you will, but like ever since I started like just putting so many things on my plate, I just felt so overwhelmed and I wasn't prioritizing my health. Like I wasn't eating good at all. Another bad thing that I really struggled with is like not eating enough. And it's crazy because I'm like, I would go the whole day, like I said, without eating, and then like eat something really bad and thinking that it was okay because, oh, I haven't ate the whole day. And then also, like I said, I love me my beers, drinking, and I am a really big snacker too. Like I would just eat like a lot of snacks because I was always so hungry from like not implementing like, you know, cooked meals in my day. I would just snack all the time. So just like that whole thing started catching up to me and I started gaining weight. And so at first when I was like, okay, I'm finally gonna do something about it, like I'm gonna start going to the gym, I'm gonna start eating healthy. At first it was like, I just want to be skinny again. Like I want to go back to like looking how I used to look. But now if you ask me, that is not my goal at all. Like now that I actually started like learning more about like the fitness industry and just like how weight loss works and like all that stuff, like now that I actually weight train and go to the gym, that is not my goal at all. Like I don't care about being skinny, I don't care about weighing myself, I don't care about like none of that stuff. Like I don't even consider myself being in like a diet. I'm in my like gym girl era. Like I just want to like be toned. I want to be happy with like just all my little muscles. Like now I get so excited whenever I start to see like lines or like whenever I start to see like my little muscles. I get so excited because I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. Like I can't believe I did that, you know, because getting in shape is so hard and I feel like it's so rewarding. Like progress is addicting because the better I get at something, the more that I want to do it. So now I'm like, oh my God, I just want to look my best. Like I've always been really, really confident. And so now that I actually work out and like I'm in this whole like fitness journey, I'm like, yeah, like I'm already at my most confident. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I've always been really, really confident, but like I really want to challenge myself and see how far I can go with this like weightlifting and just see how far I can go with it because this is the longest that I've ever been consistent. And so I'm like, okay, if I'm really consistent right now, I'm not at the results where I want to be at. So I'm just so curious if I keep it up, how I'm gonna look like let's say next year, you know? I'm like, oh my God, like what is my body gonna look like? Because I've never weightlifted. This is something that I never cared about. And now I'm like so passionate about it. I love it. There's not a single day that I'm like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym today. Like every day I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Like let's go to the gym. And that's crazy because old Ailyn hated the gym. You would never catch me at the gym. Juan has always worked out. My husband Juan, he's always been into fitness. He's worked out literally as far as I've known him. He's always worked out. He's always loved weightlifting. He's always loved like the whole bodybuilding scene, like just all that stuff. He's always loved it. And he would try to tell me about it and I would not care. I'd be like, okay, boring, I don't care. And now I'm like, oh my God, tell me more, tell me more. Like Juan has taught me so much. So I feel like that has a lot to do with how I am now because of Juan. Like he has taught me literally so much. Okay, I feel like this question kind of ties back a little bit to the last question, but do you plan your workouts weekly or do you go off vibes? Like I said, Juan has always been into fitness, always worked out. Like Juan is the most dedicated person to the gym that I have ever known. Like before, like I said, I used to never work out. I would want nothing to do with the gym, but it didn't matter what time it was. Juan would always wake up and be like, I'm going to the gym. There's literally never been a day where Juan's like, I'm not going to the gym. Like literally, it doesn't matter if he's sick, if he's injured, if we're traveling. Like when we go home, girl, he'll literally go to a gym and pay for like a daily like membership to go work out. So he's dedicated, he's about it, and he takes no days off. Like he's so committed, and so I feel like having that support system has been huge to my progress and to like me learning what to do with the gym, because I have him to help me. That's why it's so crazy to me that I never wanted to work out with him, because he's always been at the gym and he's always known like what to do and stuff, but I just was never interested. And I feel like now that I'm truly like committed and I'm like about it, it really does help to have somebody like him that has been doing it for so long, because he can give me tips, he can help me with my form, he can help me with literally anything when it comes to gym. So when I first started, I was literally just working out with him, doing exactly what he was doing. And since he's been doing it for so long, he knows what to do, he knows what works best for him. And so I kind of just started doing that. But like now that I know a little bit more, now that I've been doing it consistently for a couple months, now I felt like I kind of wanted to train more like a girl, if you will, because I was kind of working out like as if I was a dude, because you know, like Juan has his like splits that work for him. But I was like, no, I don't think I need to be working out exactly like Juan, because we don't have the same fitness goals. Like, you know, Juan doesn't care necessarily as much about his glutes as like I would, or like I'm not gonna hit chest as much as he wants to hit chest. So I kind of had to break up with him at the gym, and I told him, I was like, you know what, I think I'm ready to work out on my own, because I have different fitness goals. There's certain parts of my body that I want to tone up more than you would want to. So I literally broke up with him, and I was like, yeah, like we can go to the gym together or whatever, but like we just don't work out together anymore. So before, he used to do 2 days of chest, 2 days of back, 2 leg days, and then like 1 rest day. So we would literally go to the gym 6 days a week and then 1 rest day. And I would actually take that as a rest day. Like my rest day, I was literally not doing anything. I was like, oh, today's my rest day, I don't want to do anything. But now I'm actually a little bit more committed. I took it a step further, and I still like base off of Juan too, because you know, he helps me. He's like, okay, you should do this, you should do that. So he tells me like what machines I should do, how to use the machines, like how to work on my form and all that stuff. So even though I'm working out separate, I'll literally walk over to him and I'm like, wait, I forgot how to do this, or like, can you adjust my machine for me? Like I forgot, like I don't remember, or like this is new, can you like check my form, make sure I'm doing it correctly? Because I would hate to look like dumb. I literally always ask him for help. But now my new split is I hit legs 3 times a week. 2 of them are a little bit more glute focused, and then I hit chest once a week, back twice a week, and then arms like in between. So whenever I do like chest and back, I will hit arms in between. But yeah, if it wasn't for Juan, I would literally not know what to do. If it wasn't for Juan, to be honest, I probably wouldn't even be at the gym, because going to the gym is so intimidating that like just going with somebody is so much more helpful, and it makes me feel so much more comfortable. Next question, how have you been liking your dark hair now? Do you miss the blonde? I love my blonde, but my hair feels so damaged. Honestly, I do. I have gotten used to my dark hair, but a part of me just wants to start dyeing my hair again, because I'm bored. I'm like, something about just having one color, like I don't know. I was blonde for such a long time. It was so high maintenance, it was so expensive to maintain, so not having to really maintain it has been so nice, especially with the gym. I feel like I don't even know how I would have handled being blonde and then like going to the gym. I feel like my hair is always up now because of the gym. Like it's so annoying. Like if I want to do my hair, I literally have to do this whole thing of like refreshing it, blow drying it, like every single day, having to redo my hair, because obviously the sweat like messes it up. It's just annoying. I'm like, I have to do my hair before the gym, and then I have to do my hair after the gym. Like, que hueva, you know, it's like so annoying. I promised myself that I was gonna stay brunette for the whole year, so I'm gonna take like a year off of my hair, give my hair a little break. But after that 1 year, I feel like I'm probably gonna dye my hair. And it's funny because Juan just told me too, he's like, you should go back to blonde. Like, I think like I'm ready for you to be blonde again. And I'm like, sir, you begged me for years to dye my hair brunette, and now you want me to go blonde again. But I think he just got used to it because I had it for such a long time. But like I said, I promised myself I was gonna give my hair a little break, and it's been so nice to have like low maintenance and just being able to do whatever with my hair. But yeah, I probably will dye it back like maybe next year. Okay, next question is, do you wear makeup every day? No. I don't wear makeup every day, especially now that I work from home. There's certain days where I will only do my makeup just to film, because I'm not really going out that much, and I don't really do my makeup for the gym either. So no, I don't wear makeup every day. Even before, when I used to work like a full-time job, I still wouldn't do my makeup every day. Like, it's funny because I would just not want to. I like giving my skin a break sometimes, because I'm like, when I do makeup, I do like full glam makeup, like the whole thing. So I'm like, sometimes I just like to give my skin a break, and if I'm not really doing anything, I don't do my makeup, you know. Even sometimes when I run errands, I'm like, I should do my makeup, but I just don't, because I'm like, like, I don't know. And the next question, the last thing that made you cry. So the last thing that made me cry was probably like a real cry, like a real like emotional heart-to-heart cry, was probably when my parents left. I definitely cried when my parents left because I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna see them again, and having to say goodbye to them and having them go back home and like me staying here and just like missing them so much, that definitely made me like cry for real. Also, like I'm like, I cry all the time. I cry every day. Just kidding. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, shout out to all you guys that asked me questions. Honestly, this was so much fun. My next kind of sit down video that I want to do is like a truth or shot. Like, I feel like that would be so fun because it was fun answering all your questions. So shout out to you guys that asked me questions. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!